Now, weddings can continue to be conducted where it is just the couple, the celebrant, and the witnesses. That's no more than 5 people.
There's something in the air, and it's probably not what you're thinking. It's love. By now, we've probably all cancelled our plans and accepted life in lockdown. Personally, I'm reporting live from the kitchen of my home. But what I want to find out is, how do you potentially cancel what was meant to be one of the best days of your life? I talked to 3 different Christian couples to find out their experience. One who've had to postpone.
I'm Chris.
I'm Millie, and we were meant to get married in August of 2020.
Another who are risking the same day.
Hi, I'm Soha.
And I am Alexander. We're getting married on the 25th of July. And we had that plan, and we're going to keep to it.
Plan.
And the last one.
Hi, I'm Matt.
And I'm Beck.
We were engaged for, it was meant to be kind of 3.5, but it ended up being just under 3 because of our brought forward marriage.
Why not? This is how you plan for a wedding during a pandemic.
You guys were like really lucky. Your engagement party was probably like one of the last big events, right?
Yeah, the last big event of 2020. That's what everyone's calling it. The big hurrah.
We are leaving things as is for the moment. We have pushed our reception back to October.
So you're kind of taking the gamble at the moment that restrictions will lift by the time your wedding comes around.
Well, funny you asked that, Alex, because I'm a betting man. But I like an informed gamble. What I anticipate is an early loosening. Soha is an only child, and so if her parents don't get to come to her wedding, which is something I can imagine they've been looking forward to for a long time, then they're never going to get to go to the wedding of their child.
What was your guys' original plan?
Our reception was at the grounds of Alexandria.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we both have pretty big families, so around 200 to 250 people. We are waiting for our venue to confirm that they will be postponing weddings in August. We will go ahead with hopefully March next year, but it's hard to say because we don't really know what next year's going to look like either with everything going on.
What were you looking forward to most about the reception?
I think just having a big dinner party with everyone.
The most important thing is that we actually just want to be married. But then, you know, as the numbers kind of dropped each time, I think it was like 500 to 100, then it went to 10, and then when it dropped to about the 5, it was like, yeah, that's all nice, but our family's important to us.
Because I know some couples, they went, we just want to get married. What is it about family and having them there on that day that's so important to you guys?
I think ultimately we see the day not just about us, but actually about Millie's family and my family actually coming together and becoming a family. Well,
So financially, it's going to be really interesting. We were really keen to get married at the end of July because that'll give us about a month to find a place we're really hoping to buy. But
Yeah, we're not really worried because I have a troopy and I fitted out the back to have a camper setup.
yeah, it looks like we'll be living in Al's troopy. So
Yeah. Which is the dream.
yeah. Although if anyone wants roommates or housemates, let us know.
Yeah, nothing like sharing a house with a freshly married Christian couple.
So what was your original plan, and then how did you have to change it?
We were going to have a nice big church wedding in Manly.
We had marriage prep with with the minister who was going to marry us. So they encouraged us, why don't you think about getting married earlier? Because the longer you wait, the less control you have, and the higher the likelihood is that it'll just be the minister and Beck and I.
I remember we spent the first half of a week planning a wedding and still like paying for things. The second half of the week cancelling all our payments and trying to get our money back.
Yeah.
And then we spent one day
Yeah.
then making a wedding happen in 24
Yeah.
hours. Like I still didn't have my dress. I didn't have decorations or logistics. We didn't know how to pull it off in 24 hours.
How long after was the 5-person limit imposed?
So we literally got in the day before.
Yeah.
Wow.
5.
But we did feel a bit silly. We're like, are we being really dramatic? Are we like the people, you know, like hoarding toilet paper
Yeah.
by getting married on a whim? in
Are you
24
panic
hours?
marrying?
Yeah. Panic marrying, yeah.
Is there anything else about like the day that you feel like you would miss if you just went ahead and did it?
Yeah, so essentially, would it be able to bring our faith the way that we want to into our marriage on that day that we get married?
You know, we're not going to song lead our own wedding, so you know, like we wouldn't even be able to have a band there to help us worship as well as believers and unbelievers getting an experience of who the character of God is.
I think until we have a new date set, then we'll be able to like settle into it and be okay with it. But I don't think it's actually just hit us the full extent yet.
Because we're still waiting for that decision, right? We're still waiting for what our vendors do. So
I personally felt fine. I think I got excited to an extent because a big wedding doesn't matter to me. In fact, I really like doing things on a smaller scale. And so that was kind of exciting because...
This happens every interview. Like, I can't control it.
It was an opportunity to have a smaller wedding, and I think I got excited by that.
So what makes you want to get married at all, and not just kind of hang around and put it all off?
The first part of building a life together as a Christian is to get married. So when you're Christian, you don't sleep with your partner, you wouldn't move in with them, you wouldn't be going on holidays with just them. So we want to get married because we love each other and because we want to build a life together.
I think at least from a really early stage, at least I did, I don't know about Millie, but I knew that I wanted to marry Millie. We want to do things like church, we want to do things like encouraging others and welcoming people into our home. We want to read our Bible together, we want to pray together, we want to do all these things, but it actually gets quite hard. Yeah, we can do it now, but it's not the same. Like whereas when we're married, we'll be able to actually build that into our lives and actually make it a priority as well.
I think it will be annoying having to wait longer to get married, but I also think we will adjust to it okay because we have been waiting so long already. So I think it might be okay. Fingers crossed.
Beck and I have actually had this kind of like long-running joke in our relationship where we always talk about our wedding day, and we've always said, as long as you're there, that's all that really matters. And at the end of the day, that's pretty much all there really was. It was just us there and our family. And big ceremonies are really exciting because you get to publicly declare your marriage in front of everyone. That's really important. But I think it made us really focus on, like what Beck was saying, really reflect that we're actually starting a life together in the eyes of God, and that's a covenant that He's blessing.
How do you feel about maybe the loss that's happened because of the virus?
I think at first it felt like a lot more of a loss when I was reflecting on it, because I had a really good friend who got married last year, and I think I kept comparing everything I was doing with like what we did with her. And literally the day I got married, I was just running around the shops with my mum, like trying to find a dress, trying to find shoes. Like, it was very frantic when I was realising the weight of what we were actually doing. And I was like, oh my goodness, we're about to get married. The wedding day is exciting and it's a big celebration, but it's the start of just the marriage.
How has been married life in lockdown?
It's been fun. I think in a way it's a bit like a honeymoon because you get to go away together. So it kind of feels like staying in a hotel, except now it's our house.
And then Al, can you do that?
I have really bad finger dexterity.
Just stop being annoying, I've got to go to work.
Okay.
Oh, very sweet.
You look like a chicken snitch.
What? I'm trying to.
There we go.
What?
I've got my side, it's yours.
Is
Look
that
at the camera.
right? Yeah, that looks good.
No, it doesn't.
I'll fix it in post, if it's not perfect.